Wetlands Program Manager at Earthwatch Australia and also the Director of Mangrove Watch, a citizen science organisation. We engage citizen scientists, get them out into the mangroves and get them excited about what mangroves are all about, and primarily focusing on the role that mangroves play in trapping and storing carbon. So whilst mangroves are really important, they're unfortunately very threatened. Now, along the Great Barrier Reef, it might seem like mangroves are everywhere, but in the last 30 years, 30% of the world's mangroves have been lost in other places around the world, and in Australia they're threatened too. So that's things like altered hydrology with dams and weirs up in the catchment, pollution in the waterways, feral animals, grazing animals, human impacts, development. All those issues threaten mangrove habitats. Mangroves being at the forefront between land and sea, right there in that interface, are at the very front of climate change. So it's really important that local communities get together to help protect these ecosystems. Protecting wetlands for the future. This project is all about getting resources for teachers so that they can give the students a practical experience in the tidal wetland habitats and collect data. Working with Cool Australia to develop 6 lesson plans that provide both education material and instructions to get students out into the mangrove and salt marsh habitats of the Great Barrier Reef World Heritage Area so they can get a hands-on experience of what those habitats are like. And that way they can see all the functions that mangroves provide to the reef. They can see the crabs, they can see the roots, they can see the biomass that stores all the carbon. Through that direct participation, they not only have a fun learning experience, but they can also take away a personal appreciation that they can apply in their lives by getting them to understand the beautiful habitats filled with life that support the Great Barrier Reef, then they're going to be much more likely to protect it. After the teacher training workshops, it was so awesome to see that so many teachers took that information, took the lesson plans, and then have taken students out into the mangroves. Since this program has begun, already 237 students have been actively involved in mangrove watch activities. In the past 18 years that I've been working with mangrove habitats, what I've come to understand is that very strong connection between mangroves and tidal wetlands and coastal communities. We all depend on mangroves and salt marsh for our livelihoods, and particularly if you live on the Great Barrier Reef. If we are to win the battle against climate change, then mangroves and tidal wetlands play a key role in that. You can do your bit to help protect the mangroves and tidal wetlands of the Great Barrier Reef and across Australia by sharing this story far and wide, going to the Cool Australia website and downloading the lesson plans, and getting students out into the mangroves collecting data that helps contribute to the management and protection of mangroves and tidal wetlands along the Great Barrier Reef World Heritage Area.